tonight. Let's give it up for those kids. Yeah. All right. The thrift shop. Yeah. I get pretty pumped up about the thrift shops. Give it up for the thrift shops. I think I'm going to go to the thrift shop tonight. And then I'm going to the casino. Who's in?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm really into the thrift shops lately. I'm really into the bins. Anybody know about the bins? Give it up for the bins? No? So the bins, it's like you go to the Goodwill outlet, right? And it's like a big, basically like a dumpster on wheels. And they put about 20 of them in the Goodwill outlet. It's like the cafeteria when you were a kid, where you throw all your garbage. Well, that's what people are doing. They're throwing all their shit in the bins. And I'm there. I'm looking for love in all the wrong places at the Goodwill outlet. You can find broken glass, a steak knife, family photo album of some strange family. I found a letter. Some guy wrote a letter to his son, basically saying, "Son, congratulations for getting into medical school." Kid threw it right in the bin. But I love secondhand stuff. But what I can't find lately, I can't find any. I'm in the bins. I'm looking for like an old man's jean jacket, trying to find some cigarettes, trying to find secondhand smoke. Can't find secondhand smoke anywhere. I grew up in a house where like everybody smoked. I just love that smell and I can't get it. All I can find lately is secondhand embarrassment. No secondhand smoke, it's all secondhand embarrassment. I got any wheel watchers out there? Anybody watching the wheel?
Oh, God.
Wheel of Fortune? Well, I was watching Wheel the other night with the fam, and the category was like same name. All right, pretty easy puzzle. So it was like bridal and blank shower. Okay, so the second word there had OLD but didn't have that first letter. So what did they guess? G. Bridal and gold shower? Like, just waited at least till the honeymoon to do that. Hey. Secondhand embarrassment, okay? It's awful. Like I just started a new job a couple months ago, and for the first time in my career, I'm working for a female. And it's awesome. I love it because like the women bosses, they just care about you. They just care. It's great. And like I type a lot of reports. I'm on like Microsoft Word all the time or whatever. And I keep messing up this one word, like the word this. I keep typing tits. And like Grammarly never catches it. Or like spell check never catches this. I'm always typing tits. And so my boss calls me up, she's cool. Sarah's like, "Jim, I know you're new, but I mean, come on, can you stop typing tits in your reports?" And I'm like, another thing about secondhand embarrassment, I was like, where was I? A party a couple years ago, and I'm just embarrassed for these guys that are like, they're really into radar, like on their phone, like the weather app. They're really, really, really into radar. I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing over here staring at the radar? And they're like, "Jim, you gotta see this. There's a big red sign on here." I'm like, "It's a day like today. Cloud, there's no clouds." It was the year of the cicadas. And then later that night they were getting all geeked up again, and it was some like phallic-induced polygon. It was weird. But anyway, back to secondhand smoke. Love secondhand smoke. Love secondhand things. My mom told me a couple of weeks ago, she's like, "Jimmy, I smoked during your entire pregnancy?" And I read that like smoking induces like a low birth weight. I mean, I was only 12 pounds, 5 ounces. Yeah, I think smoking saved her life. Those doctors, they saw me come out, I was so big, they grabbed me. They didn't even check my hearing, they didn't check my vision, they just held me up like a shake weight. Look at this kid. Oh. I think you're supposed to do that anyway to get the poop out, right? You're supposed to shake your baby. I don't know. There were no like PSAs back in the 70s talking about shaking your baby. It was fine. It was fine. Secondhand smoke. Secondhand embarrassment. Secondhand embarrassment. We threw a great party for my mom a couple weeks ago for an 80th birthday party. My two older sisters, they were sitting over there. They stuck me with the RSVPs. Oh, that was rough. I mean, the RSVPs, I'm getting questions like, Jimmy, am I going to be home in time for Wheel of Fortune? Do you have any butterscotch candies at your house? Do you have fresh coffee? How about candy corn? You got any candy corn at the house? No? Drives me nuts. It like sets off this like, I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, he said I have like some weird form of OCD. It's called trichotillomania. I don't know, trichotillomania? No? Anybody? I mean, I call it trick for short. It's like this disorder, it's really weird, like when you get nervous you twist your hair, like I'll twist the hair on my head, you know, put it in these like little knots and then pull it apart. Yeah, it's weird, yeah. I'll twist my chest hair, leg hair, twist up my pubes. It gets a little, a little embarrassing. I mean, one of these neighbors here, they invited me over to like the Ingomar Swim Club a couple years ago for a birthday party. Forgot I was twisting that day. I took off my shirt and the neighbor, she's like, oh, you brought a side dish? No. I took off my underwear in front of Julie recently. Forgot that I was twisting. Looked like Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean down there. Julie loves Johnny Depp. She's more like the Edward Scissorhands Johnny Depp, though. You know, the topiary, like. Yeah. Okay. There are advantages to having trichotillomania. There are. I got some side work a couple weeks ago. Someone called me up. They said they had half of the size of this basement. They had this room filled with yarn, and the yarn needed to be detangled. I said, Jim, how long is it going to take you to detangle all this yarn? I said, well, 40 hours. Took me 4. June of 2015, I used to work at PetSmart. Detangler of the month. Guinea pig fur, dingleberries. So anyway, I could go. That's all right. Thanks, man. I could go on and on about all the stuff that's wrong with me, but anyway, it's not that bad. But a lot of you that know me like really well, you know all my nicknames and everything. The people that know me really well, you know I'm the raw dogger. Yeah, you know me. You know, like that guy that does the mundane thing without a buffer. When I go on a flight across country, I'm not looking out the window. I'm not looking at my phone. I don't even go to the bathroom on a cross-country flight. And I've traveled with other raw doggers on the same flight. And that plane smells like it's like a diaper bin at Poopapalooza. I don't know if you've ever been to Poopapalooza, but it's not really a good time. I mean, I've been raw dogging since the 80s. I mean, my two older sisters and I, my mom and dad used to take us up to Lake Erie every summer. My dad would never let us put down the windows. We raw dog breathing. So when I was little, the thing was, like, me and my buddies, we would raw dog, like, trying to look at a naked girl. Yeah. And, like, I didn't have any older brothers that stashed a Playboy in the woods. Didn't have anything like that. Had to get creative. So I used to sit in my bed, stare at the back of my bedroom door, which is nice wood grain. And I would see, like, voluptuous curves, pendulous breasts, cracks, hips. Saw a penis one time. I did. Took me like 3 days to sand that down to, down to an uncircumcised penis. That thing was absolutely massive, but yeah. And later in life, my mom, she sat me down again. She's like, Jimmy, you were so good in church all the time. You were so good. How did you do it? All the other kids were fussing all the time, crying, screaming. But you? No. I was like, well, the pew, and Heather Locklear was right in there. My dad never even saw it, and he watched T.J. Hooker so much when I was growing up. Didn't even see Heather Locklear. And all the other kids, all my buddies are falling off their bikes, breaking their legs, banging their heads. They're going to the ER because their parents will take them to the ER. I need to go to the ER, and I'm afraid to ask my parents. You thought a circumcision scar was long. Try raw dogging a penis splinter. Yeah, so we raw dogged, like, we would raw dog looking at a naked girl, and then it got a little weird. We tried to raw dog, like, touching the girl. That all started with my mom. No, it's not like that. It's every Sunday morning, Mom used to put a nice big bottle of, she'd make us all breakfast, me and my two older sisters and my dad. She'd put a nice bottle of Mrs. Butterworth. You know Mrs. Butterworth, right? The voluptuous Mrs. Butterworth. I mean, I liked my syrup thick. So I would I couldn't concentrate at breakfast. I was just, grabbing Mrs. Butterworth, and my mom got so ticked off, she switched out to log cabin syrup. Now she's got a whole nother problem on her hands. I'm just staring at the wood grain in the log cabin bottle. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, so I got one more thing to talk about, then I'm going to get your first comedian up here. Our government almost shut down a couple months ago. Everybody remember? Yeah, terrible. In my opinion, it's my opinion. The government shuts down, the internet, it's gone. Forget about it. All you guys out there that are looking at naked women online, yeah, you're screwed. I mean, I got my doors. Got this nice, like, pine on these joists here. I joined a bowling league. Put naughty pine floors on the second floor of the house, ripped out all the carpet. Yeah, so I'm kind of setting all you guys out there. I know what's going to happen. You're all going to be huddled up at Northland Library over the microfiche, looking for the old J.C. Penney catalogs and the National Geographics. But me, I don't know. I will definitely have my doors. And that's it for me. But I'm going to bring up, hold on, yeah.